Hi, I'm Jeremiah Kiehn, and welcome to the spring semester finale of Sports Roundup. On today's show, we're paying tribute to America's pastime, baseball. Don't go anywhere. Sports Roundup starts right now.
SMSU Mustangs win on homecoming night. He is stopped.
Today's Sports Roundup takes a look at the popular game of baseball. I'll share with you some interesting stories, and later on, an interview with SMSU first baseman Austin Stubbs. Plus, I'll have the latest on the SMSU and Minnesota sports scene. Baseball facts. The game of baseball has long been considered America's game. In fact, it was invented almost 200 years ago in 1839 by Abner Doubleday in New York State. It wasn't until 1876 that the first professional baseball game was played. Going to baseball games was really cheap back in the day, only $1 if you had a chance to catch a game in the 1920s. The longest game in baseball history lasted 8 hours and 6 minutes back in 1984. Did you know that each year over 21 million hot dogs are consumed by fans? If you're afraid of getting hit by a baseball at a Major League Baseball game, good news. The odds are 1 in 300,000 of that happening. The tallest American to play the game of baseball is Minnesota Twins pitcher Job Roush, who is 6 foot 11 inches tall. Speaking of the Minnesota Twins, they celebrated their home opener on Monday with the help of some big-name Minnesota players. Minnesota Timberwolves NBA star Kevin Garnett threw out the ceremonial first pitch for the Minnesota Twins home opener to Torrey Hunter, who was acting as catcher. Tyus Jones, college basketball player for the 2015 NCAA champion Duke, came onto the field to give Garnett the ball. Jones, an Apple Valley native, was voted most outstanding player of the NCAA basketball championship game. And some Twins highlights. Despite the help of those big-name Minnesota players, the Minnesota Twins were unable to defeat the Kansas City Royals on Monday. However, the Twins were able to even the record last night as they played Game 2 of the series. The number 42 could be seen everywhere last night. It was Jackie Robinson Day. Players across the major leagues were paying tribute to all the accomplishments Robinson made. In the bottom of the first, Minnesota's Brian Dozier hits a sacrifice fly to center field, scoring Santana and sending Torrey Hunter to third base. Then, in the top of the fourth, the Royals' Alex Gordon hits an RBI off of Twins pitcher Kyle Gibson, and Mike Moustakas gets the Royals onto the scoreboard. Still in the fourth, with 2 outs and a runner on first, Oswaldo Arcia likes the 1-2 pitch from Edinson Velasquez and sends it into deep right center field for a 2-run home run. And that's all the Twins needed. The final score, Twins 3, Royals 1. The Twins hope to win the series this afternoon as they play the Royals for Game 3 of the series. At the local level, the SMSU baseball team has been playing hard since their spring training in Arizona. But what exactly is it like to experience spring training at the college level? Our own Paul Vold has the story.
The SMSU baseball team opened up their 2015 season with a 12-game slate down in Tucson, Arizona. The Mustangs had a big adjustment to make from practicing indoors in the PE gym to playing outside in the fields of Tucson, Arizona.
The biggest difference right away would be in the gym, you have the hard wood surface, and then coming out here, you're actually on a grass infield with real dirt. And in the PE gym, all the infielders are taking ground balls and used to the hops on the wood floor.
The Mustangs got off to a bit of a rough start with playing against teams like St. Cloud State University, Augustana College, and Malone University. But the seniors on this team have high expectations after coming off a 2014 season where they made the conference tournament.
We've gotten off to a slow start, but we're an older bunch. I would say, you know, none of us are really down right now. We're all just, you know, just waiting for that time where everything clicks. You know, we've all had the goal of, you know, conference tournament for the seniors. We want to get back there again this year.
The Mustangs finished off their spring trip with a record of 5-7. Their first home opening game will be on March 21st against Northwestern College out of Iowa.
Mustangs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mustangs!
With the Mustangs playing 12 games in 10 days down here in Tucson, there's very little time that the team can use to unwind and relax. With a view like this here at the hotel, it's hard not to enjoy. Hopefully the Mustangs bring back some of this good weather and a winning record for the long season ahead. From Tucson, Arizona, Paul Vold, KSSU Sports.
Coming up, I'll talk with SMSU senior first baseman Austin Stubbs to share with us the current state of the SMSU baseball team. Sports Roundup continues right after this here on KSSU TV.
The SMSU Exercise Science Club offers students today in the major to apply concepts covered in the classroom to situations in real life. It also provides students professional development and educational opportunities through conferences, speakers, community service, and networking with future employers. From the classroom to the weight room, the SMSU Exercise Science Club has the tools for their members to be successful for the future. Like them on Facebook and Twitter and join the club today.
Your heart rate's a little fast.
Cause of death, acute myocardial infarction.
Have you tried a weight loss program?
Likely caused by type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
Still smoking?
Victim's lungs are black and scarred.
You can get a physical exam now, or you can get one later. Use our free risk calculator and talk to your doctor. Lower your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease and live a healthier life.
Joining me today in studio, I am pleased to welcome senior first baseman for the SMSU baseball team, Austin Stubbs. Welcome to the show, Austin.
Thanks for having me.
Well, my first question for you is, how is the baseball team doing so far this season?
We've turned it around. We're still not where we want to be, but we're playing more complete games. We're putting some things together, getting the lineup where we need to be, and you know, we're showing glimpses of what we can really be.
That's good. What are your guys' end goals then for the season?
Honestly, just getting back to that conference tournament, that's our biggest goal right now. We're right on the edge of getting back in. We know we can be better than what we've been at. And I mean, once you get there, it's damage can be done. Doesn't matter what your record is once you get there, just as long as you get in the tournament.
Yeah, and what exactly, like, from the beginning of the season have you guys improved on?
I would say definitely our defense.
Defense?
We didn't back up our pitchers very well. They threw some pretty good games for us, and you know we didn't pick it up very well. We show we can hit with any teams, especially one of our games with Malone. I think we scored 19 runs or something coming down.
Oh, wow.
We were down by almost 10 runs, came back and won the game. And we can swing it with anybody, but you don't play defense. It's tough to win any baseball game. You know.
Understood. Another question for you: how did you come to play baseball for SMSU?
For SMSU, honestly, as you know, I went my first 2 years in St. Cloud, the community college there.
Yep.
And honestly, Paul Blanchard was the only person to really give me a shot at Division II baseball. Really looked for a while like I was going to be back home in Sioux City playing baseball at NAIA level, but once I got the call from Blanchard, came here for a visit, I was hooked. I loved SMSU and knew I needed to be here. Yeah.
And then how, I suppose, before college, what made you get into baseball to start off with?
Totally a credit to my old man.
Yeah.
He had me throwing before, at the same time I could walk. I mean, I've had a baseball in my hand since day one. You know, I mean, growing up, watching the Cubbies. And, you know,
you're a Cubs fan.
Huge Cubs fan, diehard Cubs fan.
Why? Why are you a Cubs fan?
Because this is the year.
This is the year?
This is the year. I don't know. I mean, just the game of baseball has been with me. It's just the old man just put it in my blood, you know.
Yeah. Did he play too, I'm assuming?
He played growing up in high school. Never anything big time. But yeah, no, he loved the game just as much as I did and passed it down to me.
I'm certainly sure that he is pretty proud of you having an NCAA baseball player in his family.
Yeah, it seems like it, yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody besides him play? Like, who would you say that you model yourself after in regards to, like, the game?
In the game, honestly, my grandmother.
What?
She was the star athlete of the family. She was a huge all-American softball pitcher, you know. And I would honestly say I have just as many characteristics of my grandmother as I do my parents. I find so much of myself in her, and you know, that's really what gets me to 100% on the baseball field every day, is knowing what my grandmother would like me to get out there, you know.
Question two, would you rather play softball or baseball? I've heard softball is a ton scarier than actual baseball.
And that's true. I mean, especially how close that infield is, being an infield, you know. But nothing beats the game of baseball. You know, it's America's pastime. You can't beat that.
Understood. Another question for you. So when I was younger, I always had this Wilson glove, and I always got made fun of it because other people would have like Rawlings and all that. Is there a big difference between different equipment?
Especially from Wilson to Rawlings, it's just leather quality. I mean, I'd say I have a Rawlings for first base, but then I use a Wilson for my outfielder's glove. So you know what I mean? It's kind of what you want. I feel like the Rawlings, they'll be a little bit lighter leather. The Wilson's almost more durable, like a thicker leather. It's almost what position you're playing, I guess, is a big determining factor of what you're going to use.
Nobody else had Wilson.
Right.
I think it's just attributed to like the rackets. You know, like I'm a tennis player trying to play baseball. No, it's so yeah.
No, I love a Wilson glove.
In their face. Yeah. But all right. Here we go. We got some rapid fire questions for you, if that's okay.
No problem.
You haven't seen these before,
no.
have you? Okay. All right. So, quick question. What is your favorite memory from playing college baseball? And that could be either at SMSU or at St. Cloud Tech.
Well, I definitely wouldn't trade anything about SMSU, but I have to go back to St. Cloud Tech days. Our freshman year, we were actually the first college team from St. Cloud Tech to make it to the College World Series. We were the #2 team in the country going into the tournament. Yes. So and we went down to Tyler, Texas, played 4 games against the best junior college teams in the nation. There's professional scouts, big time college scouts. I mean, it was an unbelievable experience.
Oh wow, that's really cool actually. What about playing here at SMSU? What favorite memory do you have from here?
Favorite memory? Honestly, that conference tournament.
From last year?
That was. We were so hot at that time. It was a lot of fun playing on that team. You know, just like what hopefully we can do this year. I mean, we didn't have everything like we did at the beginning of the year. You know, kind of progressing, and then right when we got to the conference tournament, we were playing the way we needed to, and it was an unbelievable experience, just as much as the College World Series.
And also, I'm a first year. Well, this is my first year at SMSU. What did you guys get to at the conference tournament? I'm actually not sure.
Okay, the conference tournament, it's just the top 8 teams that the conference make it out of whatever 14. And we ended up, I think we qualified, ended up being 4th or 5th, which was good. I mean, we had a tough draw. First game we played Augustana, who ended up winning the conference tournament.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's I mean that's tough. You're down 1-0, you got to come through the losers bracket. But I mean, we put up a good fight. We played well, even in the Augustana game, played very well. You know, got the race, hit well against him, but you know, it was fun. You know, and we showed what we could do, and it kind of put a little bit of fear into some people coming into this year.
Okay, very good. Very formal. So we're going to get a little informal now.
All righty.
Do you have a favorite teammate of all time? It doesn't have to be SMSU. It could be from anywhere.
Favorite teammate? You know, and it is someone here. I'd have to say Mitch Worm. He's been my buddy. You know, I didn't know him in high school. Obviously, he's a guy from Maple Lake, Minnesota. But we were roommates at the Tech College, always on the road trips with each other. And, you know, it just can't beat playing with that guy. I know he's one of my good buddies.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, I would love to stay and talk with you more, but we're unfortunately out of time.
No problem.
But yeah, it was great having you on.
It's a pleasure.
Yep, and again, thanks Austin for coming on onto Sports Roundup today. We at KSSU wish you and the team the best of luck for the rest of the season. Don't go anywhere, folks. When Sports Roundup returns, I've got the latest sports news for SMSU and Minnesota's professional teams. You're watching Sports Roundup here on KSSU TV.
When I was first diagnosed with HIV, Cookie and I decided to fight this disease. Now we're here to urge you to stand with us in the fight against HIV.
In the U.S., about half of the new HIV cases have occurred among African Americans.
Get informed, get tested. Early detection can save your life. If you test positive, seek treatment from a doctor.
Go to WeStandWithMagic.com, get resources, and become a member today.
They say America's the land of opportunity. But today, 1 out of every 6 children lives without enough. That's nearly 13 million of us living below the poverty line, struggling every day just to hang on. This is America. Together, we can do so much. Will you help? Go to povertyusa.org today and get involved.
Marshall Regional Track and Field Complex took place this last Tuesday. SMSU President Connie J. Gores spoke, as well as Marshall Area Schools Superintendent Scott Monson. Last spring, the old Matkey Field was renovated to include a 9-lane, 400-meter track and field event facilities. The football field was upgraded to synthetic turf and can accommodate football and soccer games. At the end of Tuesday's ceremony, President Gores presented Superintendent Monson with a plaque to celebrate the partnership with both schools. Following the ceremony, the Marshall High School track team hosted its first track meet with 4 other schools. The SMSU baseball team split a doubleheader against the University of Sioux Falls on Wednesday and had to come back in their first game to earn a victory. In the first game, pitcher Cameron Knutson made his first start of the season and pitched 5 innings and allowed 5 earned runs. Heading into the 7th inning against the Sioux Falls Cougars, the Mustangs were down by the score of 6-2. They scored 4 runs to send the game into extra innings, and Ryan Engels would win the game with a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 9th. In Game 2, the Mustang bats were held at bay and were unable to score a run as they fell 1-0 as starting pitcher for the SMSU Mustangs, Brandon Alfson, pitched a great game, allowing 8 hits and no walks. This was the Mustangs' second shutout loss of the season. The Mustangs are now 15-19 on the season with a conference record of 8-10. They will hit the road this weekend with a pair of doubleheaders against Upper Iowa University on Saturday and Sunday. It's a busy rest of the week for the SMSU athletic teams. Tomorrow, the track and field team travels to Sioux City, Iowa for their meet. Then on Saturday, SMSU Baseball will be playing a doubleheader with the Upper Iowa Peacocks starting at noon. Finally, on Sunday, SMSU Softball will be hosting the University of Minnesota Crookston Golden Eagles, that's a mouthful, for a game at 1 p.m. Be sure to head out and cheer the Mustangs to victory. Shifting gears to the Minnesota sports scene, the Timberwolves hosted the Oklahoma City Thunder last night. And, well, let's check out the highlights here. The Thunder's Russell Westbrook makes a digging layup in the first quarter. The Thunder up a score of 12-6. Still in the first, Minnesota's Robbie Hummel, as will come to pass, will miss a 3-pointer, which will become an electric dunk by Westbrook. Eventually, we'll see here. Later in the first, Westbrook will make it look easy against the Timberwolves. In the second quarter, Westbrook knocks down a 3-pointer, the score 47-29. Minnesota's Anthony Bennett makes a bad pass, and Deion Waiters makes him pay for his mistakes with a slam dunk. In the second, Westbrook will make another impressive layup and add to the Thunder lead 76-51. The Oklahoma City Thunder will go on to beat the Timberwolves 138-113. The Timberwolves finished with the NBA's worst record of 16-66. The Minnesota Wild are officially in the NHL playoffs. The Wild will play the St. Louis Blues tonight at 8:30 p.m. in Game 1 of the first round of the NHL playoffs. The Wild lost their final game of the regular season to the Blues on April 11th. That tied the season series at 2-2 for both teams. The Blues are the 2nd seed in the Western Conference, and the Wild are the 7th. The Wild hope that goaltender Devin Dubnyk will continue his hot streak between the pipes, and that leading point scorer Zach Parise, I think that's how you pronounce it, can finally take the Wild past the first round of the playoffs. All right, and thanks again for joining us on this spring semester finale of Sports Roundup. I would like to thank SMSU Baseball's Austin Stubbs for joining me today, and a huge thanks to all of the crew members who make the show run so smoothly. Well, that will do it for Sports Roundup this semester. Join me next fall as we cover all things sports. I'm Jeremiah Kiehn. Thanks for watching and have a great summer.